Hello everyone and welcome back to the British Boxing Blog podcast with myself, Stephen, and tonight delighted to be joined by the British Middleweight Champion, Mr. Denzel Bentley. Denzel, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, very good. I guess I should start by saying congratulations, Denzel, on that win. About a month's passed since then now, since that fight, sorry. How's life been since then, and how do you look back on that now, like a month later, gone?
That's been good. It's been interesting. I've been getting a lot of, a lot of people have been showing me love and some support and some appreciation. A lot of well wishes and stuff. So it's been good. I'm out in Ghana right now. I've met a few, important people, and they've given me their blessings and stuff and urged me to carry on, making everyone proud and stuff. So it's been good. It's been an interesting, it's given me an interesting look on what can be achieved in the sport.
So you're in Ghana right now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm in Ghana right now, yeah.
Oh, thank you again for joining us, and I appreciate you giving up time when you're in Ghana. So thanks for you. Cheers. Did I hear that you want to fight in Ghana? Are you looking into fighting in Ghana? Is that true, or was that?
Yeah, I do one day. Yeah. I've said, I want to get to that level, win a world title and hopefully come back and defend it one day. I think it would be good.
When you look back to I guess to the first Heffron fight where, it was a really good fight, pretty even fight, ended in the draw. And then people after the fight were like, if Denzel maybe just didn't take his eye off the ball for a few rounds and maybe he's, kept on the ball, did that then give you the motivation second time around to say, right, nothing left a chance here, like I know exactly what I need to do to finish the job, sort of thing? Or not? Or
the people. No, you're not really wrong. I don't want to take away from everyone that put in an input or what helped change my mindset. But I think just the draw alone was enough for me to go into the next fight thinking I need to step on it a little bit and do what I need to do. So I'm not saying it was or it wasn't because of the comments what made me think I need to do this, because I have a team for that.
Yeah, of course.
So,
yeah.
So obviously I did look at some things and I took note of what people saw. And then I watched it back to see if I could see the same thing that these people saw. So I did look at the comments and, look at the fight and see, oh, hold on, someone saw this. Let me watch it as if, it's not me in there and see if I can spot this as well. And there was a lot of things I spotted. Like watching it back myself, I could see the same thing that people saw that were tweeted about it and stuff. So
yeah,
I knew what I needed to correct. I knew the mistakes I made. I knew it in the ring, but watching it back made it clearer that, okay, I've done this. Because I'm watching it as a fan and get away from there, we'll do this and do that.
Yeah.
So, and it's okay, I know what I need to do now. So it was just all about going back to the gym and working on it. Obviously, my team knew what I had to do and they knew, okay, let's try something else. So it was just a matter of working on things and, trying to install it into my game rather than me having to consciously think about doing it all the time.
And then second time around, obviously, answered all the questions. I know eye injuries have been pretty, we'll come on to that in a bit later, but, it was your punch that caused Heffron's eye to go like that. And then after that, you took it straight to him and you spotted that and got him out of there, really.
Yeah, I just knew I'd felt his best shot and I'd felt his physical strength, which I can say I probably overestimated in the first fight because it was like, big puncher, big this, big that, it's Denzel ready. And as much as you want to ignore these things, you do take these things into account, like when you're going into a fight. So I did take that into account, and obviously I felt his best, and I knew I could take it. So in the second fight, I just knew he hadn't felt my best. So let's see if he can take that. So that was the only other option, to see if he could take my best, and he couldn't. So I just knew. We worked it in the gym, of course, but I thought to myself, okay, now let's move forward and put it on him, see how he reacts to that. And if he doesn't, just make sure you continue to stay at those corners and not give him any chance to land, because that's the only time he was landing in the first part. So I just thought, take everything he does good away from him and then, stick it on him. But sorry, what was you going to say?
No, I was just saying, it must be a massively proud moment. I know, you've stated that that's just the sort of start and you want to go on to further titles and that, but just, not many fighters in their career will actually win a British title. So to always, if that's safe, God willing, that's not the only thing you ever do in your career, but if it was, a lot of fighters would give their right arm just to win a British title. So you must be pretty proud, man. to have that belt on the mantelpiece and
yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I said that before the fight. I said, listen, it would be an honor to win that belt. Like, I'm British. I do want to be the best in Britain. I do want to hold the title, you know, that my country, you know, is that just hold the title of the country, being the best in the country. You know what I'm saying? So I said it would be an honor to win that, and I did win it, and it was my first title. So it's good. I'm proud of myself. My people are proud of me, and I just know I can achieve more if this is my first title. So it's not like I've been in the game a long time and I've taken a lot of wear and tear. Done this my first title fight, so I know there's a lot more to improve on. I know that myself, and I know if I can win the British title at this level, I know when I improve, I can win a lot more titles.
Do you, like, at what point after winning it, do you sit down with your team and say, like, what's next? Or is it just a case of having Christmas off, seeing what you feel in the new year? Or do you have a plan in place of, you know, are you going to hang around the British? Are you going to try and push again? Or what are you thinking at this point?
Oh, well, I've been in Ghana right now, so my team won't even let me talk about it. I've tried to make calls and make conversation and then slip it in there. What's next? And they're like, listen, stay where you are, like, enjoy yourself. So, but for me personally, it's just whatever it is next. Like, obviously, there's been talk about Felix Cash and stuff, and I'd love that fight, and I do want that to be next. But if it isn't, then I don't see a problem moving to, you know, international kind of level and continue to build on my world ranking and you know, chase that dream of becoming a world champion and winning a world title. But for now, there's not much interesting fights in the, you know, division for me personally. I'm not saying there isn't for the fans, but I'm saying for me, I think the fight of Felix Cash, the fact that he's Commonwealth champion is it makes it a big fight as well. And everyone else, it would just be, you know, an opportunity for them really. Like, just I need fights that I will benefit off now as well. So that's what I'm looking to.
I noticed on, I think it was Twitter the other day, that there's a bit of, you know, I can't remember, was it Eddie Hearn that put the tweet out, or someone put the tweet out saying, oh, Felix Cash wants to fight Denzel Bentley, and you replied, were like, well, you know, let's throw the European in the mix and let's sort of do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Eddie Hearn, I think it was on, Eddie Hearn was on Instagram Live, and he mentioned, someone asked him who's Felix Cash fighting next, and he said it's either me for the British or he's fighting for the European. And some people, I think they're called, I can't remember who they are, but I think they're like a traveling boxing Twitter page, so they posted that and tagged him in it. And obviously I replied because I thought the European was vacant because the current, the champion then is now fighting Golovkin. So I thought,
of course, yeah.
So I thought he vacated and it was vacant, but I'd done my research after that tweet and it wasn't vacant. So I think that might not be possible. But I said, throw the European in there and let's do it for all three, because I just had a feeling that him saying that meant they're going to try to go for the European title.
Do you think that's a bit of Eddie Hearn? Maybe he's still there, Denzel? Have you thought? So just to summarise that, Denzel, Felix Cash would be a fight that you would like it if it could be made.
Yeah, 100%. But as I was saying before, I'm not sure when it cut off, but just the fact that when he mentioned me and the European, I just automatically thought they'll try and go the European route. So I thought, how about you add it on to whatever we're fighting for, which is the British and the Commonwealth, and let's make it for all three. But then I done my research and the title's not vacant and all these other things, so it won't make sense. I mean, to add that, but we'll see. Listen, if they go the European route, listen, it's a European title. You know what I'm saying? So you can't blame them because they wanna aim higher. But it's a fight I'd like to take. I'm just stating that from now.
Do you think that's a bit sort of tongue-in-cheek from Eddie Hearn's side, knowing that you're a Frank Warren fighter, a Queensbury fighter, a BT Sport fighter, and he probably knows it might not happen? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? I do think that as well. I don't really think he's too keen to work with Frank Warren. You know, when they put the offer out there and that he was the one kind of stalling things and acting like he's busy and all these other things. He may have been busy, but, you know, it's a 5-10 minute conversation. You need to have a little sit down and, you know, work things out. The differences they have between each other, squash their little beef, whatever it is you want to call it. But I don't think he's too keen on doing that. So that might be another reason why he might just, swerve it and go for the European. He might just not want to do business with a fighter that's a Frank Warren. Just
going back to yourself though, do you feel like you're really now starting to make a bit of a name for yourself? You know, your last 3 fights have been sort of televised. You're getting, a British champion, regular TV slots, headline that shows yourself, good undercards and stuff. And do you feel like that's what you needed? Maybe just a bit of exposure for people that had, outside of like London that maybe weren't too familiar with you? You're getting to become a name.
100%. And I think as bad as lockdown and this whole period has been, I've got to thank it in some way, because I don't think without the lockdown I would have been able to get those fights that I had, all three of them, and especially the one for the British, and also headlining. So, it's paid off for me. It's paid off for me. It's worked out well, and I'm happy. I'm happy with the position I'm in. It's got me exposure. I was televised all three fights. Before that, I'd only been televised once by accident. So, it's paid off. And now I've been televised 3 times, headlined once, co-main event once, and had a step up the first time and fought for the British. I'm a British champion. So yeah, man, I'm happy with what's come this year.
You've had some good experiences though, like you say, like obviously boxing Royal Albert Hall and stuff like that. Is like when you first started out, did you? Like I was reading a bit today when I knew you'd come on the podcast, and I think boxing started for you was sort of fighting around your estates with your brother and stuff, wasn't it? Before you even set foot in like an amateur gym and stuff, like that was your, sort of street like code and learning on the street. Yeah.
100%. That's exactly what it was. But it's like, when you start doing something and you think, you want to do it, you always imagine these kind of big nights, and you think, like it'd be so sick to kind of get there, or to box here and to box there. But to actually be in that position is just mad. Like, it feels crazy. Like, I haven't been boxing as a kid, and I haven't been told, you're going to be this and you're going to be that. And sometimes when you've been boxing for so long or doing something for so long, you already believe you're going to be there. It's just a matter of it happening. Whereas for me, it wasn't like that. I didn't have a mad amateur background. I boxed on small shows. I've always felt like dreamt about like fighting at these arenas and these venues and stuff. But you just always think, man, it would be nice, but let's just keep working. So when it happens, it's like, geez, it's actually here now. Like, whatever I've been doing is paying off. So
it always like you just said there though, it always sort of, it's good news, and it warms your heart when someone that hasn't maybe had a GB background, and do you know what I mean? Like, you haven't gone through that system. You've had to come around the long way around. Do you know what I mean? You've worked up from small hall to British. It just shows that there's not always just one way. It doesn't have to be the GB way. Do you know what I mean? There's other ways.
No, 100%. 100%. Obviously, the GB, going for the GB side, winning national titles, it's all good. It's like I wish I could have done that for me, but I didn't. So, like you said, it's not only one way. That doesn't mean you got to kind of, just not give up, but kind of be like, I ain't gonna get that big because I didn't come from here. It makes it easier as a professional, but I don't want to use the word easy, because they did work hard to achieve what they achieved as amateurs. Yeah. So, they get that bit of a head start as professionals, which is rightly so. So I've just had to go the long way around as a professional, boxing small shows and dinner shows, and get to where I am now. So when people come up to me and or say things about, you ain't got the experience, or you ain't done this, or you ain't done that, it makes no sense to me, because those fights beforehand, you didn't get to see. You didn't get to see when I was on the small shows and the dinner shows and working my ass off, or in the gym sparring rounds and, top fighters and stuff. You didn't see it. So don't say, he hasn't got the experience, as if I just popped up onto the scene and,
of course,
haven't had a fight before. Like
you've put the graft in, haven't you?
But I've put the work.
Yeah, you've put the work in.
Exactly. Yeah. So
we see it up here, obviously. Go on. Like, we're from like Newcastle and stuff, and another example was like Lewis Ritson. Do you know what I mean? He never. Yeah. So when he won the British, it was like the whole sort of like journey with him, and it just goes to show that there is other ways to do it. Like, how important was your amateur club? Was Fisher ABC to you, and how much did you learn there when you were younger?
Very important to me. I've learned everything I do from there. It's my only amateur club I've been to. Everything I've learned or achieved was from there. They took me to box from scratch. I didn't go in there already knowing how to box. For me, so I've got to give a lot of credit to them. Like, a lot of credit to them.
Tell us about.
I appreciate everything I learned there.
Tell us about your first spar, Denzel. Wasn't there?
My first spar was.
Wasn't there a younger kid?
I sparred with someone that I used to walk around quite heavy, so like between like, let's say 16 and 18, before I started, cutting weight to have my first bout. Yeah. Like 16 and 18, I just stopped playing football. I was just eating. I was about 14 stone.
Happens to us all, mate.
Plus. So I was just heavy. So when I started boxing, I got to the gym. I was like about 18 now, innit? So, you know, big lump, like 14 stone, just fighting in the block with my brother and stuff. So, thought I had to fight a bit. I sparred someone that was about 60 kilos. Like, they could be at 60 kilos, a lot smaller than me. And they pinged me. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, he's sticking his tongue out at me. He's pinging me. I'm like, nah. I'm thinking, all right, when I land, you're going to feel it. But I never got to land. And I thought, all right, cool. So I left there. I was pretty embarrassed. I was like, no, like, this guy just took the piss at me. And then I thought, all right, cool. No worries. Came back, kept coming back, kept getting better and better and better. I never got to spar him again, though, because I think my coach realised that. Yeah. My coach realised I'm getting better and I'm not good enough to hold back. You know, like, if I'm hitting him a bit too hard, I wasn't good enough to just hold back my power. Does that make sense? Yeah, to ease off. So I think he just knew, okay, no, don't put him with him. Just put him with like novices that are his weight, and then keep learning from there. But the first time I sparred, he was a national champion, so you know, not that much shame. Just that it was a 30 kilo difference that got me a bit angry.
Was there ever a point where, like, I know you had a choice, didn't you? You had a choice between sort of when you were at university, is that right? And you had a choice between, you know, boxing. I guess there's no regrets now when you look back at that now.
No regrets now. No, I'm happy with the decision I made. Happy I made it at that point as well, because I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't. So
must have been a big decision back in the day, that though, to think, you know, give up like education to go into a sport where, you know, like your future wasn't certain in boxing at that point. You know what I mean? You had to sort of go all in. It was
techie. It was a difficult situation because I think I had my first fight, my under fight when I was 19, so I was already in uni at the time. So I may have had about 2 or 3 fights at the time.
Yeah.
That I decided I'm dropping out. So you can imagine what that looked like. Like someone with 3 fights, I'm a novice. I'm not even halfway, you know, I'm not even halfway there yet. I'm not even a quarter of the way. I'm literally just starting as an amateur. Like, I'm not good enough to do anything. I'm not even qualified to do the ABAs. And I'm thinking about dropping out and pursuing this dream. So to others, it may have seemed wild, but to me, it was like, I know I want to do this. So this is the decision I'm making. And I felt like I couldn't balance it. If I'd already been like deep into boxing and knew how to box, I could have longed that out, because there's always learning, but there isn't as much learning to do.
How did you?
Where it was just like, I think I've got to dedicate 100% to this. Otherwise, it's not going to work. That's why I made that decision.
How did your family take that at the time? Did they think you were a bit crazy, or were they supportive? Or?
Yeah, they weren't happy. They weren't happy, but they're very supportive now, and they're at every fight. So it's all good. But in the beginning, they weren't happy.
Just touching on your gym mates now, Denzel, at the Peacock, a bit of mixed fortunes in recent weeks. I guess we'll start with Daniel Dubois, and again, it's a bit like a bit ironic that, you know, eye injuries is what we're sort of talking about at the minute. It's the sport, isn't it? It's boxing, and you know, you win some and you lose some, and like, we gutted for him. How's he been since? Have you spoken to him since, or?
I was really gutted for him. I haven't spoken to him since, because I've been in Ghana, but I spoke to my team and they said, you know, that he's doing all right. He'd be all right. I think a report of the scan came out, and it's not looking too good, but it's not saying that he won't make full recovery. So I just hope, you know, he gets to recover well, doesn't rush a comeback. Still very young, so he'll but he doesn't need to rush a comeback, even if he takes the year out or longer.
Yeah,
but it's not going to affect him. He's 23, a year or two, he'll be 24, 25, and you know what I'm trying to say, he'll be all right. So
especially for a heavyweight,
for him though, especially for a heavyweight, exactly. Especially for heavyweight, like because they're so big, their bodies don't mature as quicker as, you know, some of the smaller weights. Like, he's a big guy. He's a big guy. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But in a couple of years, his body will mature. He naturally gets, you know, smarter and tougher and all these sort of things. I'm not saying he's not already, but it will add more to him. As big as he is, I know as mad as it sounds, we don't even know if he's really got his man strength yet. Do you know what I'm trying to say? As mad as that sounds.
Which is mental, really, when you think about it. But.
Exactly. So, you know, it was a good fight. He was doing very well. 2 of the judges had him up. I saw a very close fight. It was nip and tuck to me. So it was one of those things where, even though the eye was busted up, I wasn't expecting him to be pulled out or the doctor to say no, can't continue. I just felt like it was that close. All the officials will, you know, give them as much chance as possible to let the fight run, because it's such an important fight. So listen, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's boxing, like you said.
What about Chris Bourke on Saturday? Did you manage to see his fight when you were in Ghana, or did he
Yeah,
catch
yeah,
it?
yeah. Of course. No, I watched it. I caught it. I watched it. I wasn't missing that. I wasn't missing that. What a shot!
Hey,
I was so happy for him.
what a shot that was! That was a picture of a shot, that wasn't it?
That was a piece of a shot. That was a good shot. Chris works hard in the gym, man. So I was pleased for him. You know, he was meant to fight on my undercard with Heffron, and you
Yeah,
know, because of COVID, it didn't manage to go on. So it was a bit annoying because I was in the hotel with him and training. It was obviously we're all in camp together, but we had a date, so we were like, you know, back to back on this. Like, yeah, what are you doing today? But have you gone for your run and that? So
yeah,
when we
yeah.
was in the hotel and we found out that he wasn't boxing no more, I was upset with him, but I had to focus on my work. So, you know, I couldn't let it get to me. So when I found out he was boxing again on the 5th, I was like, yo, that's a better card. Like, forget this show. Like, that's a better card. You're gonna get more viewers.
Yeah.
You're good to go. So I was happy for him when he was able to pull off that win, man. Spectacular win as well. That guy beat 3 undefeated fighters back to back. So it's crazy. That was a good win.
Yeah, 100%. You mentioned there that you sort of all you all training together, you all being active and fights scheduled for sort of the same time. That must help so much that you can bounce off each other in the gym and have that sort of camaraderie and push each other on. You know what I mean? So it's not just you in the gym and a few people taking over. You're all sort of going for it at the same time.
Yeah, 100%. It's like we're all pretty much around that same level as well. So we're all on the same page. So, you know, you'd get to a position where you're at a certain point in your camp and everyone's there with you. So you might start off the camp a certain way where then you just see all of the, like everyone getting fitter and fitter and fitter. Like hardly do we have someone that's like on at their peak of, you know, condition because they're fighting and then someone's just starting. You do get them times there, but like it just feels better when you know you're all getting fitter. Like you're running and you're all beating your run times. And it's like, oh yeah, we're all feeling strong. You just feel confident in each other as a team, and you just feel like, even though like people say it's an individual sport, you just feel like you can achieve so much together where we work as a team. So it's a good vibe, and everyone works hard. And, like, no one holds anyone back. If anything, we push each other on. So it's great to be in that kind of environment.
And then you obviously bring the British title back is not just a win for you, it's a win for the whole team, and everyone must have been buzzing for you then as well after that.
Yeah, it's a win for the whole team. When I walked in the gym, everyone was cheering.
Yeah, nice.
Everyone was happy, like congratulations and stuff like. And it feels good that, you know, everyone's supporting you as you're doing your thing. You know what I'm trying to say? So with Chris, we're all happy for him as well. You know, we're in the group chat, like, yes, go on, bro. That's it for me. With Dan, that was a sad moment. So we all just, you know, commiserations, like, Dan, unlucky, bro. You'll come back. So I support the same way. Like, I was proud of his performance. I thought he done very well considering his eye went at the end of the second, and he still managed to get to the 10th round. And on 2 of the judges' scorecards, has been in the 5. If that don't show heart, then I don't know what does. So, yeah, it just is what it is. There's some things you just you know, you just can't control. Your eyes gone, you can't see, and you're in that much pain. Like, what do you do? It's easy to say whatever you want to say about, you quit or it's the right decision, but at the end of the day, what do you do? I've never been in that position before, so I don't want to tell you, you're a quitter for doing that, or you're not tough for doing that. I've never been in that position. I don't know how I'd handle it. I'm going to say so.
Mate, even standing next to Joe Joyce would give me the, you know what I mean, like ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like, you know, I think it was Andy Lee at the weekend sort of touched on it. Do you think boxing maybe needs to like change its narrative a little bit from, you know, you've got to go out on your shield, and even if you get battered, you know, like, is there a point like
100%?
You have to just calm down a bit and just think of your health, think of the future?
You have to calm all the way down. Everyone needs to relax, bro. Like, we're not in a war. It's a sport, and we all want to be able to compete in the sport until we decide not to. We don't want the sport to take us out. Why would you want the sport to take us out? This isn't a world war where it's like, exactly. We're not doing that. It's not that. So Andy Lee made a perfect point, like the best point ever.
Yeah.
MMA fighters tap out every other week, and fans sit there and say, that's real fighting. They're real men. They tap out. That's giving up. Tapping out is giving up. Yeah. Why don't you want them to get choked out to death? Like, I'm not saying they should. Like, I'm not saying anything. But why don't you want them to get choked out to death, but you want someone to get their eye punched out or to stay in there until they die? I don't understand it. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see something so tragic on telly. Like, no one wants to see it in general, let alone it being televised. Like, we're some barbaric people. Well, we're humans. Like, okay, I'm hurt. I'm no longer fit to continue. Sorry, mate, I can't do this no more. But you just want them to televise some barbaric shit. Sorry for swearing, but like you just want to see someone's eye get punched out and see blood and watch Game at the telly, because I guarantee you, if that went all the way left, the same people that seen him as a quitter would be like, man, the sport's too dangerous, man. His corner should have pulled him out, or the ref should have stopped it and find someone to blame. But it just doesn't make any sense to me. But listen, it's part of the game, innit? So everyone's allowed an opinion.
Like for every sort of Daniel and like Mark Heffron, who will those decisions by the fighter, the corner, the referee, or whatever, they've given themselves a chance to sort of come back another day. But you know, not everyone can say that. Like, look at Nick Blackwell and people like that. You know what I mean? Or Scott Westcott.
Exactly.
Like, it's a dangerous sport, man. And I think us fans, you know what I mean? Like blogs and people like us who basically never thrown or took a punch in my life just need to just calm it down and sort of people just going in the ring and just respect people for just having the balls to sort of worry for doing that anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Because listen, it's easy to talk from where you are, but it's not like football. You say, you should have made that pass, or you should have done this. And I get it. Fans do watch the sport, and some of them do study it, and they do understand the sport. Yeah. And everyone's allowed an opinion. Of course, if you're tuning into the sport to watch it, I'm not one of those guys. I know a lot of boxers do it, but people say, if you've never stepped in the ring, you shouldn't talk about boxing. Well, listen, these people watch it, and they're the ones putting money in their pockets. So if you have an opinion on something that you feel like you know, then by all means, do what you want. Like, listen, I've never been a part of the parliament or a part of any government or been a prime minister in my life, but we've all got opinions on how the country's run. So it's the same thing. Like, you don't see, you know what I'm trying to say? Or, listen, people have opinions in it and they're allowed opinions, but let's just calm down on some of the opinions, because some of them are outrageous. You know what I'm trying to say? Some of them do make sense and you get it. But, you didn't throw the jab enough, or you didn't do this enough. And the people that are targeted by these comments will come and say, you've never boxed before, don't know how it is, stop talking. And that's a bit unfair, because that, some people might have been watching boxing longer than you've been doing it. But to question a fighter's heart, that's where you draw the line. Don't question a fighter's heart. That's when you can say, if you've never stepped in the ring, don't talk about that. If you've never stepped in the ring and shown enough courage to fight, don't talk on a fighter's heart.
I think it's like you say, it's that balance, isn't it? It's that sort of, there is fans out there who, people like media outlets and blogs and that, who put a lot into the sport as well, and who are pretty educated, but there's also that balance between like educated sort of fans and people that just fly off the handle and think, especially on social media these days, they can tweet and say things without sort of thinking, and you just need to remember that, there is another sort of serious side out there, and you need to just chill.
100%. Yeah, exactly that. Like, think about their health. They're still human. They still got families to go to. They still want to get on with their life. They still want to live. I know they box and it's dangerous, but they still want to live. Yeah. So, is it all right for them to want to live? Nah, just calm down a bit, man.
I guess I might as well ask you about the big sort of boxing news of the week, which I think we both agree on, and that's sort of Floyd Mayweather fight with the YouTube star. Paul? I think we both tweeted the same guy earlier, and just like, I just don't get the issue. I think Floyd's within his right basically to do whatever he wants, and he's given boxing enough over the years, and he's been an absolute legend of the sport. And I just don't see how it affects boxing that much. I can separate it myself from boxing.
It doesn't affect it. It doesn't affect it at all. Not even that. It doesn't affect it at all, because if they were trying to take, let's say for example, they're trying to take the Canelo date and run it at the same time. Yeah. Then you're telling me you're taking a piss. Like, come on, let's not do that. There's a real fight on here, and you're trying to. That's when you can say that. But it's crazy to me is that they're doing their own thing. If you don't want to watch it, you don't watch it. People talking about, when do you see other celebrities come into sports and start trying to do this and that and this and that? Listen, I watch the NBA. Every year there's an all-star game. Yeah. Celebrity all-star games, and all these celebrities come out and they play. It's fun. It's fun. No one says, it's not real basketball. It's fun. The other day they just done the little is it the sports relief or the comic relief, something like that? The football. Yeah. It's not a real football game. You're taking. No, it's fun. Let it be what it is. Like, it's not like Mayweather trying to add this to his record to become 51-0. It's an exhibition. It's not a real fight. It's fun. Go and enjoy it. If you don't want to enjoy it, turn it off. Everyone thinks boxing is meant to be some hard man sport. Listen, these guys have built a profile, and if they can capitalize off of this profile that they built, Fair enough. And I get the fact that other fighters, you know, have worked so hard and deserve a shot and all these stuff. But let's be honest, it's not like they're taking their slot on TV or something. It's not like there's 2 fighters out there and we're like, no, we're going to go with this one because it's better. It's not that. They're doing something away from everyone else, what everyone else's dates are. It's different. Enjoy it or just forget about it.
I just don't think it affects his legacy in the slightest. Like, absolute amateur legend, like pro legend, like just an absolute all-time great. And I don't think it cheapens him at all. And I don't know why people are shocked that he's money motivated. He's been money, you know, he's always chased the cash for a long time. Like, why
his name money? His name is Money.
Yeah,
that's his name, Money. Money Mayweather. Like, of course, we know what he's about. You know what he's about. And I saw a tweet. Earlier from someone said, "Oh, it's a disrespect to the sport. I'm losing respect for this guy." I said, "Well," and someone else messaged them saying, "Like, would you turn down a 100 mil?" I replied to the person. They replied to me, but someone commented under that comment saying, "Would you turn down 100 mil or a mil for an exhibition fight?" And they turned around and said something like, "Oh, no, it's different. If I was the best boxer in the world, I wouldn't do that. But because of who I am now, I would." So I'm saying, hold on. So it's all right for you to disrespect the sport, but not someone else, just because you haven't made enough as much as them. Like, yeah. That's double standards. Like, it doesn't make any sense. If you're a professional athlete and you are upset that another professional athlete is taking the piss out of sport, why is it okay for you to do it but not them? You wouldn't turn down that money. So regardless of how much Mayweather's made, why do you expect him to turn it down? Why? It's not a real fight. It's an exhibition.
Exactly. No, I agree with you. I do agree with you. And I just think if you start getting like wound up about every sort of thing in boxing that drives you mad, you just end up hating the sport. And I think sometimes you just got to think, look, you know, you've got Canelo coming up against Callum Smith. You've had Dubois, Joyce.
Think about those fights. Think about the good fights.
Anthony Yard. Do you know what? There's good stuff going on, you know. Concentrating.
We've had some good fights. Thank you. We've had some good fights this year. Concentrating that and appreciate that. And if you don't like the other fights that are going on, don't watch it. Just don't tune in. No one's forced you to watch it. It's not like it's taken over a channel where some next boxing is going to be on or something else. No, it's not even going to, especially in England, it's not even going to be on at a time that you should be awake at. You know what I'm going to say? So no one's forced you to stay up. It's kind of like 4 in the morning. I'm going to bed when I'm going to watch the highlights the next day. But it's not something that I want to see. But I probably will enjoy it. Like the other day, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't meant to, but I was already up, so I stayed up for the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones.
Tyson Jones, yeah.
Fucking hell, that was funny. I actually enjoyed that. That was funny. I was meant to go to bed, but I got in. I just got in and I was up. Obviously, I'm in Ghana, innit? So
yeah.
I just got in and I was awake, and I thought, you know what, a couple more hours, I might as well stay up. Stayed up and I watched it, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't a real fight. Cool, they got a draw, whatever it was. It was fun.
Yeah, that's it.
Enjoy it for what it was. Like, you saw the whole production to it. Snoop Dogg was commentating. There was no real boxing experts on that show. It was just all fun. That was it.
That's it. Take it for what it is, and you know, take it with a pinch of salt. And if you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't. But I just don't think there's a need. Boxing's going to the dogs. Boxing's finished, and it's like, just calm down, man. You know.
Calm down, man. Calm all the way down, man.
Yeah.
Calm all the way down.
Just to sort of wrap up, sort of get towards the end. So as you say, you're in Ghana. Like, what's next for you then? It's just a bit of family time over Christmas and just chill and, you know?
Yeah, it's family time over Christmas, chilling for now. As I said, my team won't even let me talk about what's next. So, you know, I'm just going to chill out. And when I get back, we'll see what's on the tables and what's there and what route what route's best for me to take. But as I said, I'd love to defend the British, but if nothing out there makes sense, then I'd love to go to international route and continue to build on my world ranking. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Denzel, I thank you very much. And again, honestly, when I arranged this, I didn't realise you were in Ghana as well. So thanks for giving us any holidays on that day. And I appreciate it a lot and wish you all the best. Thanks, mate. Have a good Christmas.
Nice one. Thank you.
Cheers, Denzel. Thanks, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye.